Welcome to Boscastle, the tiny harbour village on the rugged north coast of Cornwall.
Poor little Kim here, look, she's windswept and blown all over the place.
Steeped in seafaring history and once ravaged by terrible floods, now rebuilt into the unforgettable place it is today.
Right, we have arrived in Boscastle. It's a bit wet and windy, it's October and it's not fantastically warm. However, it is a beautiful little village here in Cornwall and we're going to show you around. Nestled in between steep cliffs, if you can see behind us, where the river, Valency, runs down and meets the Atlantic Ocean. We're going to walk you through and show you what it's like. We've parked in the Cobweb car park, I think that's what it's called, opposite the Cobweb Inn there. Plenty of parking, easily accessible, long stay car park, and we're going to walk down through the village, which is like stepping back in time.
Boscastle's history goes back over 1,000 years, once serving as a bustling fishing port and a haven for sailors braving Cornwall's fierce seas. The village you see today was largely rebuilt after the devastating flood of 2004, and thanks to an incredible rescue effort, Boscastle was beautifully restored.
Well, like I said, it is a little bit like stepping back in time. We've got slate roofs, little alleyways everywhere, and that typical Cornish charm. Well, it's a proper blowy one today, is it not, here on the coast of Cornwall? I've just had to tighten up my hat. Anyway, despite the weather, it is a beautiful little village. That wind gets any stronger, we might blow away. We could turn into Cornish seabirds ourselves here. Hopefully you can hear us over the top of this wind. It is very blowy. Like I said, we're here in October. We don't care, we're going to still show you around these places. Try and give you a bit of a feel for it. If you check out way back on our channel, 3-4 years ago, I think there's a video that we did back here when the weather wasn't quite like this. So up to you if you want to watch that. Either way, get yourselves down here if you've got a chance and you're in the area. It is a beautiful little village.
Boscastle's natural harbour is one of the most dramatic in Cornwall. It's been used since medieval times and still looks almost exactly as it did centuries ago.
Good example of gigs there. We've featured gigs on the channel before. Bit of gig racing. Well, the things we do for you people to take you around to these places, eh? Poor little Kim here, look, she's windswept and blown all over the place. I lost my hat. I had to chase it. Anyway, back to the harbour. Here we go. This is the harbour, which is a little natural inlet. I guess voiceover Watto is telling you all about this village because you can't hear me. You can see all the old mooring posts along here, standing the test of time, look.
Yeah.
All the posts where they would have been moored up against ships, I suppose, and boats coming in. You can imagine sailing ships, sailing boats rolling into this harbour here, full of Cornish goods and stories from the sea. Yes, I don't think they'd have been sailing in this weather. It's hard enough walking. Well, for the walkers among you, this is the southwest coast path, goes around the rocks here along the coast. A little bit dangerous to be walking up there today, to be honest. I don't know if you can see there's a bit of a raging torrent starting to come in. It is plenty windy enough. I would like to get you some shots of that. However, I'd also like to stay alive. So YouTube or no YouTube, we're just going to make sure we stay safe. I made it up on top of the cliff just to get an idea of what it's like today in Pretty Wild and a rugged coastline here. It is a little bit on the dangerous side. We're going to try and make sure that we try and stay as safe as we can. Away from the edge, it's a little bit slippy underfoot because it's actually slate here. But hopefully I can get you some nice shots of this inclement weather that we're having at the moment. I'm not really going to be pushing it and going any further up over this cliff, but I just wanted to give you a little look and show you a bit of that. Well, we made it back down from the top of there. Hopefully you can get some idea of how wild it is today. Nevertheless, you can still imagine, like I said, the old sailing ships coming in using the harbour back in the day with their stories of wild weather like that. Right, let's go and have a look at the rest of this village. Well, hopefully you can see the mist there, guys, just absolutely storming in off the coast there. We certainly picked a beautiful day for it.
Boscastle has inspired writers and artists for generations. The poet Thomas Hardy once lived and worked nearby, and he met his first love Emma right here while restoring the parish church at St Juliot. It's also a place steeped in folklore. Tales of sea spirits, witches and mysterious lights over the cliffs are all part of Boscastle's enduring charm. By this time, we were getting fed up with being soaking wet and blown about, so we decided to stop for a coffee. Life in Boscastle moves at its own pace, calm, welcoming and deeply connected to the land and sea. And it's easy to see why this little Cornish village captures so many hearts.
Right, we're back at the car park after showing you and us Boscastle here in Cornwall. Hope you've enjoyed it. Yes, the weather's a bit dodgy today, but we've enjoyed it nevertheless. If you have, don't forget, give us a big thumbs up, click that subscribe button, like the channel, do all that good stuff, share it with your friends, and we'll get to show you around places like this, hopefully on some sunnier days. And we'll see you somewhere next time. Say goodbye, Kim.
Goodbye, Kim.
Goodbye, Kim.